Hi, I'm David Instone-Brewer. Like me, you may have great respect for what the Bible says, and perhaps, like me, you've committed yourself to follow its teaching. But you may have lots of questions, like I do. How does the Bible fit in today's context? Our modern lifestyles? The way we think now? And what we've found out about the world? Is it really possible to reconcile something written thousands of years ago with what we know and experience today? Surprisingly, I found that it is, though often it isn't easy. Sometimes I've had to swallow hard because my interpretation didn't fit. The Bible is trustworthy, so long as we don't rely on our preconceived understanding. Any lawyer or historian will tell you that a text can be understood in more than one way, and our obvious interpretation isn't necessarily the same that the first readers had. What, for example, did the first readers of the American Constitution understand by a militia and the right of the people to bear arms? How did the first readers of the Old Testament understand Joshua's words, "Sun, stand still"? After all, we now know that the sun wasn't moving, the earth was. And when New Testament authors quote Aristotle's maxim that wives should submit to their husbands, did they commend this to help the gospel spread without upsetting Roman morals, or because it was good for marriage? My academic training was first in science, then biblical languages and ancient history, before specialising in the interpretation of Jewish texts. My doctoral research demonstrated that the Jews tended towards literal interpretations of the text, so I always give preference to the literal meaning first. The second thing I learned from them is to read the text carefully and see what it actually says. All over the world, like here in Cambridge, university graduates explore a multitude of other subjects. Archaeologists, like my daughter, literally dig into the past, while physicists mathematically explore the universe, and biologists experiment with how life itself works. At Tyndale House, where I'm a research fellow, we explore the Bible text from its manuscripts through to its meanings, via its history, its grammar, and context. The aim is to discover which interpretations agree precisely with the Bible text. At heart, I'm a preacher, a Baptist, but don't let that put you off. So I use plain language. And as an academic, I understand the importance of integrity. Before my call to the ministry, I had a varied career, including medical training, social work, laboratory research, and even computer hacking, legally for the programmer's owners. All this means that I'm as comfortable reading papers on genetic research as designing computer searches within Hebrew manuscripts. In this series, we'll examine the reliability of the Bible in the context of ethics, doctrine, science, Judaism, ancient literature, and history. I'll collect the facts, including the uncomfortable ones, and suggest an answer, but the conclusion is up to you. The journey includes discovering rules for morality and God's unchanging purposes. This isn't easy when the Old and New Testaments present different commands. Rediscovering Christian doctrines in the way they were understood in Bible times. They have developed in many ways during the 2,000 years since then. Employing scientific discoveries to help determine which literal interpretation of the Bible fits best. It isn't always the interpretation we've been brought up with. Re-listening to Jesus' teaching through the ears of first-century Jews, his language wasn't obscure to them. Rereading the variety of Bible books within the styles and languages of the other ancient literatures. The Bible wasn't the only book they read. Uncovering sources of the history behind Bible events. They can reveal unexpected details about what actually happened. Throughout this series, I've found that when the text is taken seriously, the Bible stands up reliably in all these contexts. Each 6-minute video summarizes a chapter of a book. You can own a printed copy or read all the chapters as they become free online each week. Dip in, see what you think, and feel free to comment. God bless.